Hello everyone. In this video, we're going to learn about average, average if, and what if analysis. So I'm going to give examples, and I will try to talk slow so you can easily understand it. So without much ado, let's start. So let me pull out this worksheet here entitled Example 3. Okay, this is a list of data, sales figures made by 9 salesmen. We have Peter, Andrew, John, Mon, Barry, Gus, Justin, James, and Sherwin. And in the first column, we have region 1 up to region 51. All right. Okay. So you were tasked by your boss to first compute the average sales made by each salesman. And I want the answer to be placed here. All right. And the second task is you will give 5% to those salesmen who got an average sales of $50,000 above. And okay, I want it to be placed here. And you will place nothing if they got $50,000 below. So only those salesmen who got $50,000 above, you will give 5%. Okay, and we are going to compute also the average per region. So from region 1 to region 51. All right, so we're going to do that. And here in example 4, we have a list of cars here. Mazda, Honda, Toyota, Nissan. All right, so some are repetitive and some figures associated with it. So let me delete this first. All right, we have problems to solve here. We need to calculate the average sales of Toyota. Toyota is in A5. There's also Toyota in A10 and A14. Okay, we have a bonus question. We'll give 5% to all cars with a figure of $6,000 and above, and let's mark 0 to those $6,000 below. So let's go first in example 1. Let's do some basic calculation of average. All right, we have two numbers here, 56 and 50. All right. So obviously, it's very easy. We will add them and then divide it by 2. That's the average, right? But in Excel, okay, let me do it in Excel way. The very first thing that you will do is write equal sign, and then let's write the word average, and then open parenthesis, select the first number, drag it up to the second, and then hit close parent, hit enter. Okay, so the answer is 53. So let's move on to example 2, which is a more complicated figures. Let's try to calculate the average of figures in column B, and I want the answer to be placed here. So the same way, we're going to place equal sign here, and then write the word average, and then open parenthesis, and then select the first figure, drag it up to the last, and then just hit enter. All right. Now let's do this again in column C. All right. Select the cell where you want the answer to be, and then equal sign, write the word average, open parenthesis, select the first figure, drag it up to the last, and then hit enter. Okay, now let's go back to example 3, which is our main table, and let's calculate the sales made by Peter. So let's do the same way, okay? Equal sign, and then write the word average, and then open parenthesis, and then I'll go back to the figure in region 1, which is $458. I'll select this, and then I'll drag this up to region 51. All right. So hit enter and you have the average. All right. Now, how are you going to get the average for the remaining salesmen? This is the power in Excel 2016. All right. In just 5 seconds, you can get the answer. So select the cell with the correct formula and correct answer. That's the first step. Then position your cursor to the bottom right corner until it becomes a thin crosshair. Third step is to drag it like this. One moment. Okay, let's do it again. Let's do it again. Let's drag it. So that's the answer. Okay, now let's do a task number 2. Let's give 5% to those salesmen who got an average sales of 50,000. So Peter got 60,945. Obviously, he will have 5%. So by using a calculator, you can easily get the answer here. Andrew got 10,000, so he will got nothing. So nothing will be written here. So it's very easy, right? But what if you have 1,000 rows and 100 columns? Okay, in that case, you need the power of Excel 2016. So how am I going to get the commission here? First is to place the equal sign, and then let's use the if function. All right, and then open parenthesis, and then I will create my first parameter. All right, what's my first parameter? My condition. So what's the condition? If B53, all right, is greater than or equal, how much? 50,000, comma. If that's true, all right, if that's true, then B53 times 5%. Okay? And if that's false, he will have nothing. So this is the way to do it. And then just hit enter. So the 5% of 60,000 is $3,047.29. So now again, select the cell with the correct answer and the correct formula. Secondly, position your cursor until it becomes a crossed thin hair, and then just drag it like this. And then the last thing is release the mouse. So that's the answer. Peter got 5%, Justin got 5% because they got $60,000 above average sales, and the rest got nothing here. So let's go and calculate the average per region. Let's start in region 1. All right, so how are we going to do that? The same. Let's place equal sign and write the word average, open parenthesis, and then select the sales figure made by Peter in region 1, and then drag it up to the last sales made by Sherwin, and then hit enter. So that's the average in region 1. It's $2,828.67. Now, all right, let's just select this. Okay, I want to copy the formula just like what I did before. Okay, so I selected the cell with the correct formula and the correct answer, and then I'll position my cursor at the bottom right corner until it becomes a thin crosshair, and then I will just drag it up to 51, up to region 51, and then release it. So that's the answer, guys. Very easy. Okay, now let's go to example 4, and let's calculate the average sales of Toyota. So as I said before, Toyota is in A5, A10, A14. And okay, let's place equal sign, and this time let's place the function average if. Okay, open parenthesis. Now let's select the range. The range are this. Don't forget to put the comma, and then select the criteria. What's the criteria? It's Toyota. So you can choose A5, you can also choose A10, you can also choose A14. It's up to you. All right, but I choose A5, and then comma. All right, and then I'll select the sum range. This is the sum range. Okay, if I hit enter, I will have the average sales of Toyota. All right, or average sales or average amount of Toyota. So that's the answer. It's $20,037.33. All right. Now in bonus question, in number 4, I will give a bonus of 5% to all cars with a figure of $6,000 and above, and I'll mark 0 to $6,000 below. All right. So here in C3, okay, um, in Mazda, okay, obviously that's below 6,000. All right, so that car will have 0, right? And Toyota here in A5 is 56,000. All right, so that car will have 5%, right? Now let's create the proper formula in the first car, Mazda, which is C3. Okay, so how are we going to do that? Equal sign, all right? And let's use the if function again. Open parenthesis, and let's create the logical test, which is the first parameter, the condition. So what's the condition? If B3 is greater than or equal $6,000, all right? So this is the condition. So what if it's true? If it's true, B3 again, I will multiply it by 5%. Okay, comma. And if it's false, I want the number 0 written in it. So before we hit enter, I want you to check the formula. This is the formula. Equal sign, if function, open parenthesis, and then I wrote the condition. The condition is if B3 is equal or greater than $6,000. All right. If that's true, okay, the second parameter is B3 times 5%. So don't forget to put the comma. And if it's false, I want the number 0. All right. So I'll hit enter now. So it's 0, right? Because it's 5,897 below the mark 6,000. All right. Now let's copy the formula by selecting the cell with the correct answer and the correct formula, and then position the cursor at the bottom right corner and then drag it like this. So that's the answer. We have the correct answer now. In C3 it's 0, in C4 it's 0, in C5 it's the 5% of 56,897 is $2,844. So that's it for today, guys. I hope you learned. This is Mon, and see you in my next video.